They may not know it yet, but Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast are on a timer. They need to find out what the player base is willing to accept. They're on a timer, and the players are holding the stopwatch. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. We're only 430 subscribers away from hitting that 14,000 subscriber mark. Thanks again to the viewers watching every single day, allowing me to share this content with you. My regular viewers, my Patreon members, as well as my YouTube membership members, guys. It's hard to believe we're closing in on that 14,000 this quickly. Thanks again, everyone. With the official release of Brothers War only a couple of days away, we've seen some box openings start to appear on YouTube. You have other things starting to peek around the corner saying, I like that card. Maybe I like Urza. Maybe I like the Super Suchi. Whatever card may have caught your eye. Being able to take a moment to enjoy a new release coming out is one of those pleasures we can enjoy in Magic the Gathering together as a group. Going to a pre-release, experiencing it, having a good game or a bad game, going 3-0, going 0-3. Whatever it may be, it's that moment when the new set drops. And it gets ruined by Wizards of the Coast, by Hasbro. Phyrexia, All Is One, pre-orders are already up at my store. And prices went up again. I checked other stores, prices are up again. What are the players willing to accept? Let's pause for a moment before things go off the rails and the hate train really gains a couple of extra cars. Let's back it up and let's go back to Brothers War. When we're taking a look at Brothers War as a set, as a whole set, not just the cards within the set, but the product line that goes along with it, we're taking a look and we're seeing draft boosters, set boosters, collector boosters, jumpstart boosters, commander decks, pre-release kits, bundle packs. There's a lot fighting to get you to open your wallet, to say, yes, I'm going to buy this. And Wizards of the Coast, along with Hasbro or vice versa, depending on how you look at it, has made certain selections that much harder. Because some of these commander cards are found inside the collector boxes. Some are found inside set boosters. They try to entice us by saying only certain cards can be found in certain boxes. You're going to have to pay extra money if you want to get that product. Guys, they are smart. And they have really mixed up how things used to be. They have twisted some parts of Magic selling to such a degree it's hard to recognize what things used to be like. And that's why players became so willing to accept things. If you go back to 2018, Dominaria United, do you know what choices you had? There was no set boosters, no collector boosters, no theme boosters. Guys, you could have literally just gone ahead and bought yourself a draft box. And that was one of the best-selling sets in recent history. It made them a lot of money. And the only choice was a draft box. Bundle pack, pre-release kit. Wow. I think they had the theme boosters back then. I don't know. I don't recall. But there wasn't nearly as many choices as we have today. And that's what makes everything so difficult. Because when they twisted things that way, after a couple of years, you kind of forget that it happened. It's only when you start going forward and you see the new product lines, like when they added the Warhammer 40K decks, and we got Lord of the Rings coming, and as they start stacking these things up, secret layers are coming, which some of them are really awesome. I get it. The IPs are just amazing. When you see that all laid out there and you see how many things stack on top of stack on top of stack, it's scary. It makes you wonder why we're willing to accept it. Why are players willing to accept that? Products are good. That's part of it. Some things you've always wanted to see are finally there. I'm not big on the Transformers being inside that set, but I'm very excited to see Transformers, right? I still hope to get an Army of Darkness secret layer one day. Things like that excite certain segments of the population. And that's why some of these products do sell fairly well initially. And then the glow wears off. And then we start looking on the hype train, which right now is the hate train's over there. It's big. Hype train's kind of small right now. And everyone's looking down the line to see what's coming next. And right in our faces, coming down the line, around the corner of the bend of the Lollipop Fortress, is Phyrexia All Is One. But before that, we still Dominaria Remastered. And you see what I'm saying? We got products coming so quickly. And we're willing to accept it. Or at least we used to be. We used to be willing to accept it. And now, after that announcement, and after players kind of said, no, now Wizards is on the timer. What are they willing to lose to try to push their agenda? Because if they made so much money back when Dominaria came out in 2018, why do they have to broaden out the product lines to this degree over this short period of time? Because really it's a very short period of time. A couple of years like this to see this much growth and expansion. I know they got to make their profits, but maybe they shouldn't have done it at the expense of the future player base, because that's what they're doing right now. Short-term profit for long-term loss. Because if you don't have, those players don't just grow back. And that's what's so fascinating about the choices that are being made by Hasbro, and kind of handed in an envelope to Wizards of the Coast, and they open it and go, okay, because they don't have a choice. So I think going forward, when people are dissecting what they're being offered, we all know most of us are waiting now for singles. That's a big thing right now. Some people are still buying some sealed products, like the Commander ones do very well. I'll be honest, a lot of these Commander decks, even for these small sets, they do well. I know the Brothers War one is selling quite well. The guys told me that. It's the stores I've been in contact with, it is selling pretty good. The Urza's Workshop, right? Not nearly as powerful as Mishra's Workshop, but it's still pretty epic and a lot of players enjoy it. They like the look of it and an Urza land. I understand. And those ones are selling well. But will that initial wave carry forward? Because they're just fighting for the same dollars. It's not like we all made this much more money. We've had these conversations in the past where our money is not growing at an exponential rate where we can afford it. If anything, people's belts are getting tightened. They're shedding things. They're getting rid of some of those luxuries. They're getting ready to tighten the belt and get down to what's the most important. So if you can't buy a product, you say, I've limited money, I'm just going to hit a couple singles I can afford. Like, everyone's tightening up. And the sooner that information comes around, which probably, as I was talking to some people on the channel, it probably won't be till the third quarter or the fourth quarter of the first quarter of 2023, right? It's going to be the fourth quarter and the first quarter that really get them through. I say, yeah, fourth quarter, yeah. Sorry, third quarter, fourth quarter is in my head right now. So make sure you really get that conversation started, saying when will they start to notice, and that's when those numbers start going in, because this revolt of the player base, it's not done yet. We all know it's not done because people are still talking about it every day. The emails are still coming in. Stores are still asking questions. Good for you, Hasbro. Good for you. At this point, the die is cast. The Brothers War, it is going to face off against M30 collector packs, which are going to face off against Dominaria Remastered packs, which of course will face off against Phyrexia All Is One. It seems like we're about to have a cannibalism of product lines against each other, fighting for our same dollars. And Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast have no one to blame but themselves for what they've done to the market right now. They've oversaturated everything to such a point that there's no room anymore. And that is a fact. Players want less, not more. They are choosing to buy less, not more, because they've had enough or they've just walked away. Brothers War should have been one of the biggest sets this year to be enjoyed by the players. And instead, after the initial week, 2 weeks, its sales are going to decline. They're going to plummet as players make money and make room for other products coming down the line. M30s are going to be bought. Those collect $1,000 a box of 4. They are going to be purchased. There are players out there who will do it, hoping for some phenomenal card. Wizards, I don't know what you were thinking, but expecting the players to accept it was your first and only mistake you get to make, because you're on the timer. Players are watching. Now, as for me, I can't wait to go out there and enjoy the Brothers War. I'm not going to think about the problems in the world. I'm going to that pre-release and I'm going to have a good time while I'm there. And I hope a lot of you get to enjoy the product as well. It's one of the ones I've really been looking forward to. And I can't wait to see everyone's comments in the comments section. How do you feel when you see all those products crammed together? And when I say Phyrexia all is one, don't forget that's like the collector boxes, regular boxes, everything crammed up all into a small space again. And even Dominaria Remastered. They're not just giving us just the box, right? You've also got the collector boxes at $500 a box. All within 30 days of each other. This is nuts. Can't wait to see how it pans out. I want to know what you guys think in the comments section. Looking forward to it, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me once again. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the day. Hey guys, a big shout out goes out to all the fantastic patrons on this channel who make everything happen. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here. Thanks to my patrons. Well, we're back again at the end of the video and you're here to share it with me? Awesome. Thanks for being here, everyone. So, Brothers War. Can't wait. Super excited. Most of you guys know I was really stoked up for this set this year, and I can't wait to experience it at my LGS, as well as doing some box openings here on the channel. It's a pretty exciting time to be alive in Magic. Although there's all kinds of weird shenanigans going on with Magic right now, let's understand that these do come around, and this too shall pass at some point. For good or for ill, it's in the past now. We just ride the wave and see what happens.